Shall we pray? Almighty God, we humbly beseech Thee to bless this council and all who are engaged in the work of local government. Grant that they may order all things in wisdom, righteousness, and peace to the honor of Thy people and the good of Thy people who dwell in this city. Amen. Amen. Right. Can I call the meeting to order? Okay. Honorable councillors of the city of Bulawayo, town clerk, management and staff, esteemed stakeholders and residents of the city, gentlemen and ladies of the media, I welcome you to this the 359th meeting of council. May I therefore call the town clerk to put the question to the House.
Thank you, Worship. In councillors of the city of Bulawayo, management and staff, ladies and gentlemen of the media, and the esteemed stakeholders who may be watching us from all over the world. The legal question being confirmation of the minutes of the ordinary meeting held on the 1st of June 2022 and the special meeting held on the 27th of May 2022 pages attached A pages A to Z X. Thank you, Worship.
Thank you. What do other girls say? Thank you. Okay, may we now proceed to Annexure B, which is the report of the Health, Housing and Education Committee meeting held on the 10th of May 2022. So Annexure B, sorry? Okay, the report of the Future Water and Water Action Committee meeting. I see it's on Annexure C here on the report that I have.
Thank you. I think that's the report of the Future Water Supply and Water Action Committee meeting held on the 7th of July is submitted, be received, 7th of June is submitted, be received, and the various recommendations contained therein be adopted.
Okay. Thank you. Any seconder? Yes, Councillor M. Dube, thank you. Are there any matters of concern from the report? Thank you. Thank you. We move to the report of the Health, Housing and Education Committee meeting held on the 14th of June 2022. Report of the Health, Housing and Education Committee. No chair. No committee members.
I move that the Health, Housing and Education Committee meeting held on the 14th of June as submitted be received and the various recommendations contained they be adopted.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Mlolazi. Any seconder? Yes, Adrian Kumalo, thank you. Any matters of concern? Yes, Councillor Dube, which item? Item 2. Anyone who want to speak to item 1? Yes, proceed, Councillor Dube. Yes. Another intervention? If there's no other intervention, Chairperson maybe may need to respond. Oh, okay. Thank you. Let's move to Annex D, the report of the Environmental Management Engineering Services Committee meeting held on the 20th of June 2022. Yes, Councillor Chele.
The report of the Environmental Management and Engineering Services Committee meeting held on the 20th of June is submitted, be received, and the various recommendations contained therein be adopted.
Thank you. In second, Councillor Chavangwa. Thank you. Any matters of concern, Deputy Mayor?
I've got item 1 and item 26.
Item 1 and 26. Councillor Market's item?
Item 20.
20? So we have Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Worship. Thanda ukubonga i-committee ngeripoti enhle kangaka abasipha yona. Ngivumela ngiqathanise Nkosi iripoti leyi la inye ngiyibone phakathi ekhuluma nge-state of affairs zama-equipment abalawo njenge-committee to service us. Ungakhangela Nkosi i-report that we have ku item 1, it shows that fire and ambulance here too, it's bad, but not bad, not that bad. And izimota zisasekhona nyanyana noma zingazinengi. Ukusuhamba phansi ngale ezokulungisa imigwaqo ukuthi ama-ambulance lama-fire brigade behambe ziyegebha amangcwaba, zivula amasuwa, zithwala amanzi nxa ungela amanzi, yizo ezingane azikho, ezithwala izibi, yizo ezingane kazikho. So besike sethuka lapha Nkosi, njengoba lithanda ukubonana nje abanye abaphezudlwana, livuka litshele nje ezinye izinto ongani bathi sokumele sithenge lezi ezokucitsha umlilo. Thina vele Nkosi inkinga esilayo ukuthi okomlilo lokho yebo kuqhakathekile, kodwa ezinsukwini ezizayo nge-state of affairs zemtshina eloba bukhumalo kuyabe kungasela need yokuzoyicitsha, ngoba sivele siyabe singasafiki lezindlini ngemigwaqo. Asila mtshina yolungisa imigwaqo sesicwilile ezibini singasakwanisa ukuphila. So anduba sikhuluma ngokuchisa imlilo, vele ama-properties abantu kasekho ngokucwila edotini, njalo kasela value, akusafikeki imigwaqo engekhoyo. So bese sithi hayi ngokubona kwami njengoncube lesihlalo labahlali bakawadwani ukuthi hayi kungangcono kuphelele khona ngale kuma-social media lemgwaqweni, okokuthi kuzamele sithenge lezi
ezicisha umlilo ezintathu kumbe ezine kumbe ezingaki ngemali yezakhamizi. Izakhamizi zikhalela i-refuse collector, zikhalela i-grader, zikhalela amanzi. Lisibongele njalo kuhulumende uDayi siyabonga i-serious yabo abayenza ngogwayisha ngani. But hayi ngiyabona sengikhala phansi. But hayi ama-fire tenders wafuna inkosi. Izakhamizi zinithumile ukuthi hayi ziyabonga sibili lo-ofisi ukuzithengela ima-fire tender ngemali yazo. Bezicela ukuthi hayi ngabe yabathengela ama-grader nama-tipper lamabhawuzi okuthwala amanzi. Hayi lokho kwama-fire tender hayi ngiyabonga nkosi hayi lithi kuyabuya ngani. But hayi izakhamizi bomele zizwe sikhuluma ukuthi abasithume khona zikhulumile. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you. Item
1.
Okay. Yes, Councillor.
To my worship, since the deputy mayor says the issue fire tenders akumelanga siyeke njalo sibone ku social media and we know definitely ikhona. Kumele sisolonga leyo mali okukhulunywa ngayo imali ye-devolution. Imali ye-devolution isebenza edolobheni la Bulawayo. Akumelanga i-central government kube yiyo futhi eyibudgetayo. Bese sithi nansi imali ye-devolution thenganini lokho ngayo. So sokufana nokuthi are defeating the same purpose ye-devolution naleyo worship. Nxa kulendingeko yama-fire tenders la yithi as a council kumele siku-prioritize. When there is need ukuthi sithi uhulumende kasincedise ebanganini bakhe kwamanye amazwe lapho esingathenga khona cheap, we are the ones who should approach the government, not the other way around. Secondly, the last one worship before I sit down, kumele thina sithathe into ephomona kasifuni koBulawayo yithi okumele sidinga amathenda nxa yena le provided by government kuyi-cheapest, then we can go for it provided the priority yethu yena leyo. Ipomona haya sifuni worship. Thank you.
I thought that report will come, then we'll debate it when it comes. It's a debate that is coming, yeah. So we can defer our arguments, our debate when the report then comes. Yeah, sure. The report is coming. I saw it somewhere. Okay. Can you proceed? It's item, Councillor Maka? Item 20. Yes. Is there anyone between 1, 2, and 20? Okay, proceed. Yes, Alderman Rafamoy.
Siyabonga, my worship. We had a tour on 1, yes, item 1.
Yes.
I'm sure I have to appraise this council today. We had a tour at Fire Brigade 2 days ago. Okay. Our tenders are okay. They are working. Thank you very much.
Maybe just to also add on I think you'll appreciate ukuthi council yethu akusayi council real time. We are even teaching ama companies, ama organizations ukwenzela ukuthi bebekwazi ukuvikela umlilo so that singadingi vele izimota eziningi okuzasincedisa ukuthi lezi abafuna ukusithengela zona maybe zitshintshe zibe ngolunye uhlobo njengoba uDeputy Mayor bekhuluma ngezamasuwa ngezani lani. So I think zona esilazo kwakhathe sinkosi sikwanile ngoba mbonani imlilo vele sizaba mlutshwane edolobheni ngoba sesifundisa ama organizations ukuthi beyenzeni ukwenzela ukuthi kungabi lo mlilo. Ngiyabonga.
Is there an item before 20? None. Item 17. Item 17. Any item for 17? Yes, Councillor Esma.
Siyananzelela ukubana uhlupho lwamasuwa lokho eliqhubeka lisuba khona. Siyababona bayabuya bayazama but akula solution. So engonanzelela ukuthi siyabona iCouncil yazama sibili ukuthi ilandele lamasuwa but uhlupho lukhanya liqhubeka liba worse. Amasuwa ngikhona sesithwali senzima ukuthi kambe ngeke kube lezinye indlela esincediseka ngakhona ngoba hayi khathesa sekhona amasuwa azwayo asethwalise nzima izakhamizi.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, and then we hear Councillor Maka, then you then respond.
Thank you, Your Worship. On item 20, Your Worship, I'm very concerned because my ward is much affected by the issue of street lights, Your Worship. Yes, I have seen the report. It is clearly saying that we have got problems in terms of the vehicles, but I don't think that's the main problem which we are facing, Your Worship. Our vehicles, I think one or two, they are working well. There is another issue which has been raised in the same item, that I think our procurement system is taking too long. I tend to disagree with that, Your Worship. Why I'm saying so? I've been following up since we had requested as a ward to use our own retention fund in terms of trying to procure some of the materials which we want to use in Hillcrest. It took me, Your Worship, about 5 months for those materials to be available. But I need you to understand that through those 5 months, 1 week, Your Worship, was only taken on the mechanical workshop, which made sure that they got the quotations of what I needed within only a week. Then after that, the rest of 5 months, someone was sitting on the papers, Your Worship. At first, I thought procurement is the problem, but procurement is not the problem, Your Worship. When I went to the procurement department, within 1 week, Your Worship, they didn't even receive anything from the department. But within that 1 week, they managed to procure all the material, which means the procurement and the finance, they were doing their work. They are doing their work above board. But there are some people within a department who are not doing their work, Your Worship, which we need definitely to make sure that we investigate. The department has to investigate what is happening within that department. Why are the people doing that? Because at first, definitely, the issue of 6 months for procurement, we don't want to hide behind the finger, Your Worship. The department is doing well. And it is so disappointing that the procurement had to call the department to say, please, we need to, please make sure that you forward to us so that we can do this process. Why are you holding those papers? It is so disappointing, Your Worship, that I think our directors, they need to go down and make sure that our juniors are working. We have got a serious problem there, Your Worship. We need to make sure that this department is operating. Street lighting, it's not even happening, Your Worship. After we have advocated, Your Worship, for 3%, we had 1% for our local budget for street lighting, and we managed to have 3%. We even went further again to advocate and lobby for devolution funds to be part of that street lighting. And I believe we have got a serious problem, especially on the chair of the department. Because I know where he stays. We have got those long 2-kilometer towers with only one bulb, which is the size of an egg of an ostrich. Noted. And it covers more than 10 kilometers. But, Your Worship, what I'm trying to say is we have got enough resources, and the finance is doing its best to make sure that they utilize those finances before they lapse because of inflation. And what are we doing as departments to make sure that we help our finance department, we help our procurement, so that they can get that? Yes, they've written that some of the bulbs are coming from South Africa. Of course, some of the material was coming from South Africa, but we managed to get them within a week. that shows that someone is doing his work. There is serious insubordination which is there. Let's look into that department. We want to see what is happening. Thank you, Your Worship.
Councillor Mark. Yes, Councillor Zero. Item, the same item. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Worship. I want to say
Just keep your mask on.
I want to make one clear point because Councillor Mark has already spoken about it. In our own trial, street lighting is certainly quite a serious situation from security point of view. And when you go to the department, they were like what Councillor Mark has said. About 2 days ago, I was supposed to get the department coming with my wife to fix the lights. And the store told us the vehicle has got a problem with the tires, the machine is down, so they are stuck. I'm saying, Your Worship, if it was me and have a problem with tires, I can't wait for any other problems. I can go to ProLine, I can go. There are so many things. What I'm realizing that way, there's no initiative, there's once it's down, then it's slamming. That's exactly what is happening, and it's so bad. I don't know, Your Worship, that there are problems. We don't have a certificate in this department, there is a problem in the council. Things are not happening. And to be honest, we're getting a serious rebuke from residents. In Tower 6, no movement, not one street to be done. 25 years. And they're saying, what's the problem? What is your problem? They're saying, if I had been able to buy it, it's only going to see buy those blocks. Or the Tower line, for example. They're saying, we don't need that's the problem. There's a lack of seriousness, and we can't believe it.
Yeah, sure. I think I agree with you that our city is no longer safe, especially our suburbs, because of the darkness. And if we are serious about attaining the vision of a transformative city, really we need to think in other terms. Yes, Councillor. No, are we still on the same item, Councillor Chikora?
Thank you, Worship. The same item, Worship.
Okay.
There's not much to be done, it must be nice. It's just manpower needed. I want to find out from the comment, what is the position of council? If residents say, for example, there was another robot, that was going green for F, the other one red. Okay. And the residents say, can we come and pick you so that you just do what you do and the robot starts changing? And the department says, no, okay, come. And the residents are on their way, they phone, they say, no, you can't come because we can't be carried by you, we can't get into your car. Some reasons given. So I want to find out from the committee to say, if residents are saying, come and sort our lights, for example, some of the street lights, they've mistimed, or the breakers have gone down. For example, in my area, I've reported almost six months now. From Chelmsford going further out to Old Rio. I think it's just a plug that went down because of the showers. And it needs someone to go there and raise it up. Just like your plug in the house, in your kitchen. And we are failing to respond to that for 6 months. And residents are saying, we can come, you are saying you don't have fuel, we can come and take you guys. Come here, we can't do this. But we can actually show you, go to that box there. Normally that's where it goes down. I can also take some numbers here and going to say, go there by call me, corner call me and 12 traffic. They can go there tomorrow and just raise it up. And they are trying to do it for 6 months. Honestly, we cannot can that department really, I don't know what can be done, but we want somebody to go there and just raise it up. And the lights will be on. Some of the folks are so small and they don't need engineers, qualified engineers. They just need people who have knowledge to say, when it trips, where should I go and put it on? Please, can that department do something? Well done, Councillor Maka, for raising. Well done, Councillor Ruzive. And for our area, I think in the last council, even Councillor Jane Love. She raised it and there's no one attending. She was saying during trade fair, these cars we see them. But for trade fair is 4 days. Out of 365, 361 days, you don't see them. So what is happening?
Okay, thank you. Councillor Dube. Same item, Councillor Dube. Sorry, which item? Same item. No, same item, Councillor. Okay.
Khangele malokishini amathawula ethu asebenzayo angazi kumbe ngamabhalbhu abasebenzisayo abathengayo awakhanyi osekuyingozi ezakhamizini siyabe sithi amathawula ethu asebenza but wona vele kawakhanyi lalokuphandla kubona ngana kulalayithi so angikwazi ukuthi i-type of abathanda achiphile yona la ukuthi abengakhanyi engasaserve purpose ngoba siyananzelela ukuthi izigebenga sezisithwala senzima emalokishini amathawula ethu akhona alamalayithi angakhanyiyo so if thina as Bulawayo was striving to be a transformative and smart city by 24 khathesi amalayithi esiwafakayo ngayenza kube dark so angazi ukuthi sikhangeleleni ukuthi sizama ukuthi sizakwenza njani ngoba ingozi ekhona ukuthi amasela ayenza iphathi phandle koBulawayo abantu basengozini sicela ukuthi bakhangele ukuthi badinga amabhalbhu nxa bathenga azayenza kube i-smart city not kube i-dark city.
So that's fine. Then let's see the gentleman, then we'll have same item. Thank you, Worship. First of all, at least Councillor Esmoyo bala wona aba ayenza kube mnyama. At least thina vele ngapha kasilakho khona okwenza kube mnyama. Kovele kakukho ungavela usuke kubo ku-4 usiyale hayi vele uzozihambela etsholotsho at least kungcono inyanga yabe ikhanya etsholotsho it's very dark. I think the challenge that we need maybe orientation linking city lighting, public lighting le economy ukuthi we must understand ukuthi how the city looks at night. What does it say to an investor? Just nje ukuthi ebusuku kunjani. In a normal city or normal country, you can't drive vele ukuzubona ukuthi usufika where there is a hotel ubona ngendlela amalayithi angkhona akhanya ngayo uvele uhlubone ukulayitha kwethu means a lot to the investors. Umuntu nxa eflya in ebone kumnyama ubona abantu abaleleyo ubona idorobha elifileyo ubona amangcwaba ubona poverty. Yeah, that's the way. Ubona poverty and no one wants to invest where there is poverty. Umuntu ufuna ukuinvest lapho ngani kuyaphila khona. But here is the challenge which I want to bring back to two committees. First, the committee that deals with the funding. Are we well resourced? Well, fine. I spoke to them ngati Tatan retention fund, all right, thenge because the retention fund can buy. Let's buy that car. But I have not seen progress on that, which I think the department and the committee might be working on that. But are they adequately stocked in that department to put those lights? But these other words have said to use our retention fund, let's buy. But our processes in you are in goals. The last committee is the General Purposes Committee. Is that department fully equipped when it comes to Abantu Aumelebe 7s? The last time I checked, I think we only had 2. No, what we 3? Kusaselo had a section also a chair Ndovu, and there was another engineer, so, and there is that other tall one for the whole city. Is that department strong enough to deal with these issues? There are a lot of factors that contributed to that. But the challenge, you can't tell me what is the shortage of Abantu Alma skills to deal with that. But the best school that produces ama electricians, Lapa is Zimbabwe, Westgate. Ilapa, member with 10 or 5 cement. Kumbali kwazi nxa ukuthi umgwaqo vele hloko ulungisa engineering move engweba kufike esikolo senza they produce good electricians. So let's look at that road so that we can go and see electricians there and employ them and serve the people of Bulawayo. But lastly, what is important, we can put those street lights. We can do whatever. We can have a tower lights akhanyisa 100 kilometers. But as long as we've not educated our community, because that's going into this, ngendaba vandalizing. As long as we educate, I went to what was a Param Green, long back. Ngabona abanyo obruru benathelo okwenza umuntu ahambe ngani uyakhona khona so. Sebejabule kakhulu. Bavula imoto bagida badini bahlala phansi. Wabe kusokonye ukuthi switch off the light. Oyo wabe udop istin. Kwali child light is light. So this is what I'm saying. What into lay it's a ungakhayela kathesi leya driver lapha emgwaqweni. Liyawachaya vela ama street lights. Liyawisa santando vele no one cares. Ama traffic lights vela sikhulumile wathuza nsuku zonke. So as long as we've not educated our community in looking after infrastructure, at the same time the finance pours resources and we give the department people who will have our lighting. So this is a problem here to solve. Let's not put it on alderman kuphela. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Attorney Kumar.
Asindoda elikhala athi yakhala. Kodwa thina esikhala ngoko kakhulu imali ethengayo. Angithi sikhuluma part na ngeviolate iRTGS. Sikunanzela khona lokho. Into lezifunakala ezinezithiwa ngani ngeforeign currency. Asadi sibili ukuthi kungabe kulobu chapho wenzakalayo engxenye within a department. Lokho sakuzama ukulandelele njenge committee sibona ukuthi kanti kuvuza ngapi okwenza into ezidile khona. Engqomuntu uchipa lihlezi lisebenza eofisini enengekho. So lokho sakulandela sibona ukuthi le engineering yethu ukuthi hayi inkinga enjalo siyivale njani. Ngoba nxa umuntu esuka endlini ethi emsebenzini kumele sikaze emsebenzini. Then issue yabo shamara uthi abachamara bagida abachamara bahlala phansi. Unkosi bakhangele sure yebo inkinzo le.
Ofuna beChinese.
Ngibone ngani la nxa sesiqamba amanga aqambeni amanga iqiniso ngoba kula umuntu ongabukela umuntu esona kulamapholisa ungabiza khuzi. So mbone ngani ama examples amanye asincedise ukwakha uBulawayo ngoba sathi committee le imbi lapha lalapha ngithi ukathi thina tesekelayo kumenye nguye owajikijelayo asela evidence yakho nokho. So kuba buhlungu yoship ukuthi uBulawayo umempo uduru kaBulawayo ungaraziyo. Siyalwa sokuthi uBulawayo lo istaff sishote kakhulu. Into ekhona leyo. Sishote kakhulu kunjalo. Sikaze baqhatshe Nkosi. Ukubanika inzuzo siyabanika yini yakho ikhona yini ngapha esikhwameni sese ekhongotwa izinja. Uzaneze ukuthi kuthiwa kulalutho. So sizwile Nkosi ukuthi kulodubo ngapho noma side phezulu olama street lights yilo salandela lolo. Then with the vandalism wonke ukansila ulelungelo lokukhuluma nezakhamizi ukuthi badala into ezingezethu. Nxa imali iphuma ngoba imali elikhupha isalungisa khona okhana ukuthi njani singabulali ubunyama bethu. Inanzelele ukuthi kukhulunywa ukuthi ama lights afakwe asemnyama. Nginanzelele ukuthi ngcema amathara amaningi nganje Nkosi asemadala amathara esilawo. So metaka pende lapha ku reflect kuhle. Yikho ngqa njani? Nxa kungani ku i-chrome lens ngani siphelile Nkosi. La nxa ulight nje ngeke ukukhanye kakhulu. So la selanda abasha bathanda sibona ukuthi kathi leyo iwade utwilight lifakiwe lichiphile kumbe ingxenye ithara yakho kanjani? Alisa reflecting ngendlela ofa reflecting ngayo. Ngiyabonga Nkosi.
to the next item. 17 was very move.
26.
There was the item
26.
26.
Right.
Oh yes.
Thank you, Worship. Allow me to talk to item 26. That talks. Why does it look is wrong committee? Item 26 that talks about the dilapidated building. Your Worship, isakhiwo lesana sesi ISO edorobheni. And the very sihlala sibuya kabe kunjana nsuku zonke. Dilapidated report on this what dilapidated building. Isakhiwo lesana sitsho something ngathi abaphethe idorobha. Ukuthi we can't correct a problem enjengalana esenhlizweni zethu. Next to a building liyana eqhakathekileyo eseduzane khona phana. That's the heart of the city. Izolo ifabricate ikhamba phana siyachisa izibi. Isiyachicha izibi ade sesichiswa ngabantu khona phana. But that's not the solution to fabricate ikhamba phana. The solution is to find a solution about that building, and it's not your door. The building in there. 3 weeks ago, went to fabricate when we were in graduation yabantu befabricate. Lapha bestart sekhona kusemuva. Ngemva kwangikhona so kulama flats about 4 ngawe council. Uyaba lenhloni zokwakhangela, and thank God ama journalists concentrated on you where you were seated. If they took time to take pictures around, kwakuzaba chaos. Ama building edorobheni ayesabisa. Okunye kufuna ukupendwa nje mbijana. Akudingi imali ezimangalisayo. Siyahluleka ukugcina istatus sezakhiwo lapha edorobheni. Coming to monitoring. Ungaphoza lapha edorobheni umuntu engacabanga kuma ufuna ukutshintsha iglass le shop yakhe. Yamfica sefaka amazenge substandard la ukuthi abantu bahamba ngaphansi lapha. Odla nxa unyathela so uyabona kukhitha so. No one is inspecting Lord Nkosi. Siyalithuthukisa idorobho likaMzilikazi. Siyalijujukisa nsuku zonke angikwazi ukuthi indaba kumbe sifuna ukulivala sakhe lethu yini asibeni serious ngokuhlola into ezinjalo ngingasakhulumi ngalena vele ku Batch Street eyamile istatha sayidlula. So those are the small things that makes investors get interested in coming to Bulawayo, that makes residents want to pay more, that makes residents want to pay US because they will be seeing the value of that man. When they don't see the value of that man, that we must, when the but we must be seen trying. We must be seen trying. It's an ISO, and it was on the Bulawayo Center, meaning to say it's the central of the city, or maybe it talks a lot about the council of the area. Maybe it talks a lot about the council of the area. Maybe this is what you are trying to display in capacitation of the council of the area by allowing such a chaos in the city. Thank
you very much. I think this is self-explanatory. It doesn't need the chair to respond. Yeah, I think it's self. The concern is noted. It's a serious concern, by the way. Like the 185 brigade, we took penda ama properties. I don't think the chairperson must respond to this. It's a state. Yes, you can respond.
I think council of the area far appreciate ukuthi i-report siyibisile ukuthi i-report ibuyile Nkosi ethini sinanzelele sileke start ama numbers amaningi kuyalungiswa mbijana imali ayikho council kodwa uthe ku retention yakho layo I think ngaba kwabena mbijana abe housing baza ba ukucover khona lokho ngibona ngani ngasincedisa sibili ngoba iwa delay ilomnikazi. Ngiyabonga Nkosi. Bente ngisho ukuthi khona ukuthi kubisile i-report ibuyile kini lapha nje asifihli lutho okubi lokuthi sakubisa.
But I think what is needed is action. I think what the deputy mayor is asking for is action. He's taken note that the report has come in this state many times here before us, and we're now used to this report coming in, and no remedial action is happening. No action is happening to actually rectify the problem. Yes. Which item, Councillor? Item? 20, okay, 27, yes.
Siyananzelela ukuthi kule nto esisenzakala. Siyabona ukuthi ama vending stalls kuthiwa seku foundation kuthiwa window. Seku footing level, meaning ukuthi there is progress. Ukuthi sikhangelela ukuthi hayi lingabazama ukuthi bachiche mbijana ngoba uBulawayo yikho lapha linde khona. Siya appreciate ukuthi at least there is update and something is happening.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. We move to the report of Town Lands and Planning Committee, meeting of the 21st of June, 2022. Yes, Town Lands and Planning. Leadership.
I move that the report of the Town Lands and Planning Committee meeting held on the 21st of June be submitted and the various recommendations contained therein be adopted.
Move the report.
Item 20, Councillor Maposa, item 20, who else? Okay, Councillor Maposa.
Item 20, this is the look and learn visit by the committee today. Yes, there are recommendations that have been made, and my submission is that let's see then the implementation of these recommendations, not to recommend and just sit down. It is critical that we put into action the things that we have seen, working in other places, to put them into action so that we can move forward our city. But however, according to our vision of a leading smart city by 2024, it is also critical to look beyond the borders so that we even take these committees beyond the borders. We can see other new ideas and innovations. Let's not confine ourselves within, Zimbabwe. We can go even as near as South Africa. They are doing well in some areas. So that's my submission. Thank you.
I think it's a good point because look, you can't only allow the mayor to travel and see. Yet the committees that are in charge of driving the city are not seeing what is happening outside. Like we have challenges of mobility and transportation. I mean, committees must go and see firsthand and now come and try and implement that. Thank you very much for that intervention. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Worship. Ngithanda ukubonga ama-councillor ahambayo and kutshengisa ukuthi nxa sebehambile sebuya noma recommendations. Kodwa ngifuna ukutsho something Nkosi. Angiphikisani le recommendation. But ngifuna just comment nje njengoba i-report ibuye. Your Worship, uyabule nkinga yokuthi kulomntana akho osebuye ekhaya waba labantwana ababili ngasikhathi sine baba amaphahla ungazi uyise evele sasemncane.
Yes, what's the
point? Usase problem yokukhathaza ngakhonokho ubuyeke lomunye ehambise ema club
No, can you go to the point?
ukuthi alethe omunye umntwana. Nkosi.
What's the point? Let's go to the point.
My point.
Yeah.
My point. It is actually laying. It is actually laying. But let's not start another noise in the Imagine what is happening in chaos like drop and over the court.
Yeah.
If you guys are the same place. Nifuna create more chaos. But it's a good idea. I mean, I'm saying this resolution must be adopted in principle. But let's first finish i-crisis esinayo ngamarenki lani esinayo etown la. Sibisela abantu egodini konke soku-right. Sesizayavala ke ngani. Ngoba kathesi lingavele likwenze khonokho like what council opposition saying let's implement it as a matter of urgency. Lingavala ngani? Ababhasi lifuna you want to create i-chaos la i-create lapha edorobheni. Selifuna ukuyi-create emalokitshini futhi. Let's first finish the biggest chaos esinayo. Then let's move to another one. So this is what I'm saying. You can't be allowing ukutana ukuthi club when the crisis yalo onabantwana ababili abangelayisi. So let's first resolve the issue yalo kala. Then move to the next step. Straight to very policy.
Yes, Councillor Chair.
I think Councillor
If it's
up to 2024. So the target, what we say is the government, the smart cities, we say after 2024 law. So mina ngibona ihlupho as long as thola abantu aba serious abangani balakho phela esikhwameni ukuthi behle bebambene iproject kawani beyiqede. Ngiyabona boss.
Yes, Councillor Mabuti, you are unusually quiet today.
Thank you very much, Your Worship. We want to applaud the committee for coming up with such a resolution. And we cannot limit ourselves in terms of development. They say if you've got a vision, your vision sometimes must be beyond the natural capabilities. That when you think about it, you get scared of it. That's a vision. So the committee and the department came up with a very powerful vision, which needs to be supported now, of course.
Let's now move to the General Purpose Committee meeting held on the 27th of June 2022. Yes, Deputy Mayor. Oh, the chair was Councillor Rosé.
The General Purpose Committee meeting held on the 27th of June 2022. They submitted be received in the various recommendations to me.
Yes, thank you, Chairman. Any second? Yes, Alderman Kumar. Yes, thank you. Any matters of concern? Councillor Chair? 27. Any item for 27? Okay, proceed.
Security.
27.
I see you 25.
26.
26, okay.
Angazi Nkosi kumbe usivela bamphendula yini ukuthi ontasi ngabeze beyenza umsindo bedabula amanethi ukuthi amanethi ethu azabhadalwa mbani Nkosi ngoba iproperty edorobha ngoba nanzelela ukuthi iPSL yafindisa amaclub lawa amadala ayisenza umsindo but thina sile property yadamejekayo Nkosi iproperty ezakhamisi angazi ube limbuzile yini usivela ukuthi part of ifind leyana kuzabuye kuyingqosana nje ukuthi siyethenga amanethi amatsha njoba nosha obrubethu laba badabula amanethi ethu ngiyabonga Nkosi.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Councillor Dov.
Thank you, Worship.
Item.
I think when a special resolution would like party fight singakufika sibila kutsho kodwa uqinisekile nxa abantu behaye babhafe stadium bebezodlala ibhola besebesichiya bedilizi kumele bakulungise. So iproposal yami ukuthi simake follow up nethi bazabhatala through PSL nxa bafinda or direct sibe nje ukuthi nxa bengasabhatalanga kube lendlela yokuthi sibasensa njani. Thank you.
Okay. I thought ngamuntu haya property ama damages abe covered
ku-deposit yangikhona kule security deposit. This is what I thought. Ngoba kumahholo sinanzele ukuthi kumahholo nxa sihaya amahholo senzani i-security deposit i-covered under ama-higher charges. That's what I thought. I think ukuthi chairman uzachasisa, but this is what I know about ama-rentals and leasing.
Chairman, I'm going to
Councillor Chigora, your hand is up.
Sorry, Your Worship, in your response, I don't know whether you covered it. And so, when our facilities are higher, there's a deposit that is paid.
That's what he said.
To cover for this,
Such eventualities.
So it answers the question ukuthi ama-natures athengwa njani. But generally la isoka kumele discipline nje. These teams, that's why
Off topic, Your Worship.
Very well. Move. Right. Applications.
Finance.
Oh, there's finance. Sorry, Councillor was here.
Thank you. I hope that the report of the finance and the expended of June 2020 is submitted to be received.
Puma Mlant.
These teams.
Adam, come on. You want to say something?
Aye.
Oh, okay. Okay. Any second? Any second? Yes, second. Councillor Maposa, thank you. Any matters of concern from the report?
I want to declare the interest on item.
Item 1. Okay, thank you. Right, we may proceed. No, there was a... Is that the end? Councillor Maposa? Okay. I thought you were seconding. Is he a member of the committee? You are not. So your seconding of the report was wrong.
I was seconding it.
You were seconding, Councillor Chavang. Okay, thank you. Okay. Yes, Councillor Maposa. Which item?
12.
Then another item, Hapa? Before 12? None. Yes, proceed.
Okay, the item 12, devolution funds report.
Okay.
There is a report of fire tenders. I just want to be very clear, Your Worship. I think it has been touched before engineering, but I also want to add my voice there. This is specific. Okay. So
can you call that other chap? No, the report is coming. You will deal with the report when it comes. Right, can you proceed, Councillor Mavuto? Is your hand up?
This report comes after, it's on the special finance committee minutes, which I want to comment on.
Okay. It's
item 1.
It's item?
Item 1, not on devolution funds.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's on item 1 of the special.
Of the special.
Okay, yes, you can comment.
I can comment?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Your Worship. I'm a bit worried, Your Worship, with what's happening in the department in terms of billing residents. Residents continue to receive shocking bills. I just want to give a message which was sent to a resident about 35 minutes ago. Yes, That's an example which I need to cite here, so that the department works on that. The resident said I wasn't owing anything, but to my surprise, Councillor, I have received a bill of 20,000. It's not the only resident. The entire week I was seized with these matters. I don't know what's happening, but when I went through the reports, I picked two or three things, Your Worship. That the residents were not being billed, or a meter reading was not being read for a period of about 16 months, which is a disaster to the city. We understand that we had a pandemic, COVID pandemic, but right now when we try to align those meter readings now, and say residents, because we're not doing meter readings, now we are effecting all those charges. Honestly, it's something which residents don't understand now. And I think as a department, we need to make sure, finance chairperson, that such things are corrected, because there's chaos there about the billing. Also on the same issue, allow me to, because it touches on revenue also, right? Finance chairperson, you complain that you have no money, right? But do you know that there is no organization which is as rich as City of Bulawayo in terms of properties? We own the largest chunk of properties in the City of Bulawayo. I just want to give you a good example of a council property which is lying idle, where we can be collecting something close to $1,000 US. There is a property by Quicks there. That big building, which equals was saying, who is managing our properties? That person is sleeping on duty. A good example which I can state to you. Previously, about 4 months back or so, we gave people these list shops, right? So that we generate revenue from them. Visit those shops. I can give you a good example. Not even a single person started operating. And those shops have started being built. And we are saying this is money which have been what? So we have got a serious challenge, Worship. If we properly manage our properties and make sure that all the terms of the lease are adhered to, right? Because one of the clauses where your lease can be terminated is that when you fail to pay us as a city. Why are we not using those clauses to make sure that these people whom we give leases to make sure that we collect money, because this is terminated? We are so rich as a city. Before we go to residents, let's put our house in order and make sure that these things are properly put in place, and we make sure that we are collecting maximum revenue from the properties which the City of Bulawayo owns. Yes. Also, on the same note, I was looking at the chart, Worship, in terms of percentages. That government owes us about 9%. We have got the industry is 31%. We need to target those two. That's my first priority. Allow me to comment, Your Worship. It's very critical. Yes. Before we make noise to the residents there, let's make sure that these industries which are generating money, they have paid us everything they owe us, or they honor their bills every month. Even the parastatals, which owes us. How does government expect us to survive when they are not paying us? Yes.
Yes. Okay. What issue of the figures, the concern about the bills and so forth? I think you'll appreciate the figures when we deal with the report that is coming in committee. There's a report that is coming, so you will appreciate the figures. And then, of course, you then became general. You went back and forth on the income and so forth. I think that's for the chair to respond, but I think your first concern will then be addressed, and you appreciate the figures when we get to the report. Yes, Councillor Chikwa.
Thank you, Your Worship. Councillor Mabuto is correct. We could be collecting a lot of money from these buildings. And unfortunately, it is not us, council, who is conducting businesses in these several buildings that you see. We have given that to residents and companies.
I'm sure last year we had so many of these things. The properties that were then leased to them, to the residents, to the companies of Bulawayo. And the economic condition or the economics of this country is slowing down business to such an extent that even those that are operating from our own premises are not able to make it. If you go out there, there are so many companies that are closing down, operating from private land, which is not owned by council. So the same factors that are affecting everyone in the city are also affecting those that are operating from our premises. That's number one. Number two, the building that is being referred opposite Quicks, it was given to another Bulawayo company. And like I'm saying, maybe they are also facing problems, economic problems. But like he's saying, maybe we must be able to then take it back. But council properties, council processes does not allow just to go in there and say, you were supposed to have started yesterday, today is on a Monday, you were supposed to start on Friday, we are taking off. Again, I think we have to look at all these processes that say, what should be done? Some are coming back to say, we are giving you back the land, we are not able to operate because of this and that. I think we have seen reports like that. So yes, as much as we want to collect from these companies and from our properties and so on, everyone is affected by the economic thing. We can't say, if the three of us here, Alderman and the Councillor Du and myself, if we are all owing council, we can't say let's go to Alderman and collect and let these two, because he is operating a company. We are all, the three of us, owing council. We owe to council, let's collect from everyone, whether it's a company or so, because companies are being affected by the same rate that is affecting an individual. And companies, most of them, remember, the three of us will be working from the same company. And sometimes we come here and say maybe what affects Shigora does not affect Dube, which is wrong. So yes, let's go out there and collect, but let's remember we want to be fair to all the individuals that we have leased properties to, and even the companies and so on. But I think the solution lies with the national economic factors that are affecting everyone. And I know that Councillor Mkuru will always come with solutions. And we hope that in the next council, we will get something of that. So thank you.
Okay. Then move the report. Another item, another intervention?
Move the report.
Thank you. Now I think applications for leave. Any? No applications for leave? Okay, thank you. If there is no other business, may we now meet in committee. Meeting is adjourned.